Hey, what's going on, guys? I appreciate you tuning in today. We're going to do the Elahi Ridge, which is in the Talbot Shaving V4 base. We're going to do a lather test. We did one on the V3 base, which is Cade's Cove, last night. The videos probably won't be uploaded side by side, just because, and you can tell it's the V4 base due to the, bit of a wavy pour. So we're gonna use the same exact brush. It's been soaking my QED Select. This thing holds a lot of water. I'm gonna run some warm water in my mug here, my Mount Fuji mug, and we'll get to it. So I wring out quite a bit of water initially, and then we just get straight to the puck. I've already wet the face a little bit, so right after this I'm going to do a shave. I'll probably upload the Talbot V3 base first, then upload a shave, and then upload the V4 test, which is what I'm doing now. After that, just to kind of break it up so it's not two, lather tests right next to each other. So. And it's still, the V3 base is still fresh in my mind, so I just edited that video earlier tonight, so I know I went back to water 6 times. I added a little bit of water towards the end when I shouldn't have, because the base was already, starting to peter out a little bit. Okay, so that's the load that we have there. So I'm gonna go ahead and just one more time, a little bit of warm water. Face. We'll paint it on just like we did. I can already tell it's a bit chunkier than the V3 base. Maybe that's more butters. Like I said in the last video, the ingredients are slightly different. They're not identical. I believe there are more ingredients in the V4, which is what we're using. And the ratios are also different of the same ingredients from the 3 to 4. I'm gonna go ahead and dip the tips in the water here and we'll begin. So what constitutes as a good base? I think a lot of guys misinterpret that. A good base is not subjective. Now, how you may like your lather, yeah, that could be subjective. But either a base is good or it's not. And the V3 base was very good. I would assume Talbot Shaving, the artisan, would have, in his V4 base, had made it much better, or, slightly better, but whatever the case is, we'll figure out here in this video. But, like I said, a good base is not subjective. You could say clearly, this is a good base, this isn't a good base. All right, nice. So that was one dip in water. Let's go ahead and do some more. And again, when I dip, I'm dipping from about here to the tips. So I'm not dunking the entire brush. We're just doing the tips just to kind of paint it in, and then we kind of start scrubbing. And you can see lather start building around the edge of the brush here. Lather appears to be, I'm gonna do the exact same thing, tips, and then go to the opposite side. It appears to be a lot creamier. Seems to have the same density as the V3. but this has taken on a bit more creamy of a lather early on. We did get to the creaminess later in the V3 test, but this V4 test does appear to be much creamier, and if possible, seems to be a bit more dense. I mean, you know, what we're getting right here, just on the edge of the brush, is what I had after adding a whole bunch of water, probably about 4 to 5 times on the V3 base. So there's definitely a difference between the two. This is a bit thicker as well, as far as there's more, there has to be more butters in here. It's just acting like a very heavily buttered soap. What I need to do is I need to go through the ingredients and see what has what, the similarities and the differences. I would venture to say this has more oils or butters, the V4. It's just acting like those type of soaps that have, sticky's not the right word, but very gummy type of consistency. Very, very nice. This is an excellent base. We're not even done lathering yet. I would be fine right now with stopping right here. This is very dense. It's very creamy. You can tell we have a ton in the brush for the next 2 passes. I would have no issue shaving with this and shaving with the rest of this lather. But we're going to lather until failure. That's what we do with the base testing. So I'm gonna go ahead and paint in some water here. Extremely sheen. Ooh, some extreme sheen coming up on the lather here. Making our show lather. Wow, incredible. We have quite a bit more lather coming out as well with the V4, which again could, you know, the butters could contribute to. I'm no artisan, I'm no soap maker by any means, by any stretch of the imagination. But number one, I could tell you what a good and bad base are. This is phenomenal. I mean, it's just pouring off of the brush here. And then I can also tell you if something has a lot of butters. You know, I used to think I could tell if a base was tallow or vegan. And I think there was a time when I first started, well, about a year into my wet shaving journey, where I could tell the difference. But then you had like PAA coming out with their CK6, and you have do I have any in here? No, PA, and then you have Southern Witchcrafts coming out with their vegan formula. And man, you know, they just started closing the gap between vegan and tallow. This, I could tell for sure, is loaded with butters. Like I said, I'm pretty sure that the base, that the V3 and the V4, as far as these 2 specific soaps I bought, are similar in price. I think they're exact in price. So, you know, it's probably very rare that I'm going to say this, but there is a noticeable difference between these 2 bases, between 3 and 4. Something I alluded to earlier in this video when I was talking about, you know, the artisan creating V4 and it possibly being, you know, slightly better. Well, I know a lot of artisans add another ingredient or 2 and spike up the price, and, you know, is the base much better at that point? Are you paying, like, that extra that you're paying, is it worth the ingredients that are in there? Most of the time, no. In this case, you know, this is a pretty phenomenal lather. This is incredible. You know, this is top tier artisan base right here that I'm using. So yeah, I mean, I would say yeah, you know, I'm gonna put the brush down. There's no point in going until failure. I think that I could probably dip. I think I dipped it in there 4 or 5 times at this point. I could probably dip it in there another 4 or 5, and it would take the water, no problem. You could tell on the face. No big bubbles whatsoever. We are very dense and creamy. I'm just checking the brush here to see before I show you guys. I don't want to lie. Yeah, I mean, just an amazing lather. The sheen is great. It's very, very well hydrated. It's sticking to the brush. It's not one of those super foamy lathers where you add a whole bunch of water like this has in it right now, and like it just starts falling out the brush. No, this is some good this is some good stuff. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to rinse this off because I'm not using this for my shave. But I feel really bad wasting all this. But yeah, that's a phenomenal lather. So that's it. If you have, first off, I think his name is Chris. I'm not 100% sure of the owner of Talbot Shaving, the artisan, but hats off to you, dude, because the base, there's a clear winner. You know, sometimes you'll see bases that are very similar, and they'll say it's a different base, but it performs damn near identical. This, you know, I was gonna say much different. There's a clear difference, and this is definitely a better base, no doubt. So great job to you. And yeah, guys, that's gonna be the wrap up of this video. If you have a choice between V3 or V4, definitely choose V4. Now, again, I don't know the pricing structure. Maybe it'll go up. If it's several bucks, 3, 4, 5. At that point, get the V3 if they still have it out. If everything goes to V4, you won't have a choice. Hopefully Talbot Shaving doesn't do that. But if they keep the price very, very similar, you know, obviously if it's the same, go with V4. If it's $1, maybe $2 more than V3, I'd say it's still in the realm of possibility of going with the V4 instead of the V3. If you get above that $2, $1.50, $2 mark, don't do it, because you know you'll get a great shave out of both. But there is that, you know, diminishing returns as far as am I getting what I'm paying for, that type of thing. So anyway, you guys know what I'm talking about. You've been on this journey for just as long as I have. So hope you guys have a great day. This is at night. It'll be uploaded during the day though. So if you had a bad day, I'm sorry. You can email me down below. I have a whole bunch of links down there. Check those out. We can talk about it. You know, hopefully I can cheer you up a little bit. We can also talk in the comments down below if you haven't already. Give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys next video.